Hi, I'm Cynthia Schiller. Please like and subscribe. So this just happened. We're going to talk about today's youth because narcissism can happen at any age, and my mind's a little bit mind blown. For those of you who watch my videos, my birthday's next week. I will be 52, and a 19-year-old just asked me out. So he starts, is it narcissistic? I don't know. There's some stuff going on though. So he is a baby daddy. And so last night, right around midnight, it was like 11:38, I get this knock on my door, and these two teens are at my door. And so one had a nice little scrape. So of course I'm the Band-Aid person of the complex. And I, bandaged the kid up and wished him, a safe night. And so today I'm just settling down and I get this knock. What time is it now? Is it 9:15 p.m. And I'm not a stickler on time, but still, usually after 9, especially when you don't know the person, you don't normally just stop by. But anyways, so he's like, can I ask you something? Because I'm bandaging him. So he said he hurt himself playing football, and he's like, like I don't know what to do. I'm with this girl, and I don't think she likes me. We had this baby together, and we haven't had sex in like a week. So he's getting self-conscious. And like after they have sex, like she gets irritated and annoyed, and he can't do things quick enough. They do, like I said, they do have a baby together. So anyways, he's trying to ask me these things. Like, what does he do in this relationship? And then he's like, well, I kind of have a crush on you. And so he's nervous. I mean, he is only 19, but I'm kind of like, oh God, what do I do? So I try to redirect it to talk to him about the girlfriend. Like, let's deal with this. This is supposedly why you're talking to me. And this is like a little tactic that narcissists can use, triangulate, kind of like, I got a girl, but he's asking me, he's like, wow, so you live in this place alone. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And I support myself, and so he's kind of been watching, like he knows, I really don't kind of date. I've gone out like to dinner here and there, but I don't really date, really don't date. And those dates are not kissing dates. They're like, it's a friendship. So he's kind of keeping an eye on me, and I walk my dog, and I'm kind of like the skinny girl with a big old booty. And so he likes my booty, and I'll be 52. And so he starts switching things, and I try to tell him, just because I get excited about my channel, I said, look, you might want to check into this. This is how she's acting, kind of get a couple answers. I said, you're welcome to talk to me, but this can kind of go more in depth. So I was going to show him the brain damage, so because I have some slides on that. So I was dumb and brought him upstairs to my office, and I'm showing him. So he's polite. He's off in the corner on the other side of the desk table. And so he starts continuing on, like, he thinks I'm beautiful, and he'd be a really good man. And how do I feel? Because, about the age difference, would I consider it? And it's legal now because he is over 18. It is legal. So he's like really trying to feel things out. I think part of it is because I got 3-bedroom place, because he was like fascinated, like, how do you afford this? And he's like, because I'm a guy, how do girls do it? Like, girls can't pay their own bills, but I mean, girls don't usually get paid as much as guys either. So feel free to donate. If you want my PayPal link, let me know. So he's got the feelers out to kind of see what's up. So he's not paying attention to this like brain damage. I'm trying to, and I'm like, I'm just not even going to do this. So then, I got to stand up and walk out. And he's like, because, if I was your man, I'd, kind of hug you like this. And he grabbed my butt. And so I go back downstairs. And so he's still like, what I'm saying? Like, I really like you. Like, I want to date you. And he's asking about sex. He's like, can I ask when the last time you had sex was? And I told him I'm just not in the mental state to like be with anybody. And he's like, well, is there any way that he could have a shot? And then he's like, is it because the last guy you were with, he wasn't big enough? So I think he's trying to say like he's well hung. Well, you know what? I kind of can't handle well hung. So that's like a turn off. But he's 19. They think that you have to have a big dick to get a woman. So anyways, his tactics aren't working, but you know, be aware of those things. And they are young, so it's like that innocence where they don't really know how to play the game of a narcissist yet. But I think he's attracted, not that there's anything, I mean, we all have flaws, I'm not perfect, but I'm 52, and I think he's attracted to an easy place to stay. Maybe I could help watch the baby. I am a kind person, so it is nice to be with a kind person. And he's this is the kicker though. So I basically said, I haven't healed over this last person. And he's like, well, if you're still seeing him, like you could still see him on the side. So we could just have a side thing. And so he's just wanting his needs met. He's not, I'm the type of person, I like monogamy. And I get it. He's trying to like get what he wants. So he's going to kind of try to accommodate me. But he isn't listening when I'm saying, I haven't healed yet. I don't want to move on. And, it is true. Like I did give him age to me is just a number. But, I don't try to go out with 19-year-olds, and part of it too would be for their sake, as I get older. I mean, that's a big age difference. Would he really know what he was signing up for? I'm 90 years old and he's 35, whatever it would be. But they're just caught up in the moment. And that's the thing with narcissists. I'm not saying he is, I don't know him enough, but it's, today's youth, like, they get together, they're staying together. And I guess now they're breaking up, but they have been staying together. Sometimes they don't think things through. And, a lot of times people mistake sex for love too, and you can smell pot on him like crazy. I am not a smart poker. It sounds like I am. I'm not a smoke potter or whatever I was gonna say. But he's asking if I drink alcohol, and I'm kind of thinking like, is he trying to know if I drink alcohol so he can kind of seduce me and get me drunk? Be careful on how people ask questions. Is like, hey, just, you're over 21, I'm only 19, just wondering what it's like to drink. No, I think he has ulterior motives. He's like, can I give you just one more hug before I go? And I'm just like, no, he's like, before you open the door. And it's kind of like something's on the down low. Like, is he really breaking up with that girl? Does he just not want the neighborhood to see him give me a hug, is what's going through his mind. There's some shady things out there. You got to give people, it's hard asking somebody out. It is hard asking somebody out, but he's not even out of his relationship yet. And there is a baby involved. Sometimes they might try to work it out, who knows. But he's looking at I don't know if I don't know him well enough, but it does, like he said, like I just feel like I'm just not good enough. And I don't want you guys feeling that. Like sometimes we start feeling that when we're with someone, that's discarding us. It's not that you weren't good enough. It's that they didn't see the value in it. Because right now I have a decent car, and I can either look from the outside, in, and my car's a piece of shit. It's not that bad, but you look at it and you're like, it's stupid. It sucks having to have this car. It's worthless because it's not I don't know, some fancy Lamborghini or something. But if you look at the value instead of from the outside in, if you look from the inside out, my engine works, my alternator, my fuel pump, like my car is reliable. I have a good car. And the narcissist looks from the outside in instead of seeing the value in you. So just like I know the value of my car, fuck Blue Book. Screw what you'll give me. You want to offer me 6,000, somebody want to offer me 10,000, you might think it's only worth 500. I know the value. And that's why I'm not getting rid of it. And if the narcissist knew the true value of who you are, none of this would have fallen apart. None of it. But there is maintenance, just like my car. I can take it for granted. I can see the value. Yeah, it's not the fanciest, but it's reliable. But I got to do the maintenance on it. I got to make sure the tires are full of air. I got to make sure the oil's changed, and if I hear a clink or a ding, I got to check that out. I got to make sure I had to check my battery wires weren't hooked up. I bought a new battery, and they didn't hook the battery up right. So I replaced the alternator, which I probably didn't need to, $400. And then it turned out it was just the wires to the new battery were loose. So sometimes we have to really check things out, just like our narcissist or a new person. Some things can be overlooked and it causes a lot of hassle in life, just like, and extra expense. So my car analogy, it wasn't reliable when the wires were loose. It cost me more because I'm fixing the wrong things. And sometimes with our narcissists, we fix the wrong things because they tell us, they mislead us, and we're trying to fix something that isn't broken. And they get a kick out of it, and it doesn't work. So then and that's what's so sick about narcissism is it's not only entitlement, like, geez, I got to cook for you every day. I got to clean for you, but it's above that. It's not just old fashioned, the woman is supposed to do this, or however you guys set up your relationships. It's not just that. It's not just somebody selfish. Like, you better cook for me. It's, you better be perfect in how you cook. If you cook for me and I change my mind, or if I come home late, you better not get mad, even though I forgot to tell you not to cook. And there's just no respect along with it. So we're trying. And at least I'm very easygoing. My friend Patrick was supposed to stop by today. He's just a friend of mine. I'm not dating him, but he's a really good friend. And so, I like to cook, but I live alone, so I don't. So I was making dinner and he's like, I'm really sorry, I can't make it. I got to work late. And I appreciate that. Like, granted, I cooked, but it was okay. It was okay. And that's the thing too, though, is sometimes we get hurt a little bit more. He's a friend of mine. He is a friend of mine. But I'm not in love with him, and I'm not craving him or missing him. And, it's hard when we're in that trauma bond. We're in a more extreme case than just a normal relationship of missing someone, because we become helpless. We don't know which way is up. We don't know what to trust. We don't know what to believe. So even if we hear, yeah, babe, I'll call you tonight at 10, I'm going out of town for work. And then we're like, are they calling? Like, they don't always call. There's going to be an excuse. And, we don't want to like blow their phone up. So we're trying to do our part. And then if we're like, look, I was kind of counting on that call, I stayed up and I had a hard time sleeping. And that's the thing too, is they set that stuff up. If they would just be like, I can't call, or even if they told you that's too needy, I don't want to be checked up on. Even if they told you that, but they set it up to where, okay, cool, I'll have my comfort, and we wait for our comfort, and then it doesn't come, which causes anxiety in us. We can't control somebody else, but we can make agreements between us. Like, hey, this makes me uncomfortable. Will you do it? They are welcome to tell us no. We got to be real about it. We can explain our feelings. Hopefully they understand it. We have to be careful not to be too needy, but throughout all these things that the narcissist does, it causes us to be in a needy state. we feel something's off. And because they don't uphold their boundary or agreements, they cancel without sometimes letting us know. And so we have these inner hurts, these open wounds that we just want to heal. And they don't give it time to heal. And as soon as it's starting to heal, they rip the scab off, as an analogy. And we're never healed. We're never healed to where we can get back to that love bombing stage, because they'll bring us up and then they'll, as an analogy, rip that scab open. So now we're even more prone to infection, as an analogy, super vulnerable. And that narcissist, feeds all those toxins into us, and we become sick. We become sick. It's CPTSD, Stockholm syndrome, trauma bonding, not sleeping, and health issues that go along with that, and depression and confusion and loneliness. We feel, our partner doesn't understand. We talk to our friends and they're like, just leave then. And you're like, you don't get it. Like, I feel there's hope. Like, I experienced what I experienced. And, I know what you guys are going through. It's hard. It can take years sometimes. And I want you guys to kind of speed up the process. Don't let it take years. It can. But I have faith that you guys are going to heal quicker because you're here. You're trying to search for answers. And knowledge really does help us heal quicker. But so does getting out and doing things. And that's why I really want you guys, if you do have stories you want to share and have me maybe analyze it from my perspective, or, if you have any questions, and help each other out, validate each other's feelings. If I say something that resonates with you, say, exactly, that's my narcissist when they did this, because we feel so lonely, unvalidated, that, we feel lost, alone. And I really do want to build a community for us. So big hugs to you guys. And don't worry, I am not dating that 19-year-old. All right, guys. I just thought it was really interesting on, just the entitlement. He grabbed my butt. You tell me you'll be with me. And I know he'd leave that girl. He'd probably want to move in right away, like tonight. And there's narcissistic tendencies. Not everybody has narcissistic personality disorder. I don't know the girlfriend. They might just be a bad match. They are, two teenagers with this baby. Did they stick it out? They were probably just fooling around, and I don't even know how long they dated before, but I just thought it was interesting. See you soon.